One of the most consequential leadership transitions in modern corporate history is now officially underway. Tim Cook is stepping down as Apple's CEO, and the man set to inherit one of the most scrutinized executive chairs on the planet is John Ternus. Now, let's pause and really think about what this moment means. Because this isn't just a personnel change. This is the end of an era that reshaped Apple from a company recovering from near irrelevance into a $2 trillion colossus that defines how billions of people live, communicate, and consume technology every single day. Tim Cook took the reins from Steve Jobs in 2011 under arguably the most impossible circumstances any CEO has ever faced, succeeding a founder who was practically mythologized while still alive. And yet, Cook didn't just survive that transition. He engineered one of the most remarkable runs of sustained growth and operational mastery in business history. Under his leadership, Apple's market capitalization grew by over 2,000%. He built the services ecosystem that now generates more revenue annually than most Fortune 500 companies generate in total. He navigated trade wars, global supply chain collapses, regulatory battles across 3 continents, and a pandemic that would have shattered lesser organizations. So who is John Ternus? And why does he matter? Ternus has served as Apple's Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, and he is deeply embedded in the product DNA of Apple's most critical hardware lines, including the Mac, iPad, and AirPods. He is an Apple lifer, a product-first executive who has quietly shepherded some of the company's most significant engineering transitions, including the landmark move from Intel processors to Apple Silicon, a decision that fundamentally redefined what personal computing performance looks like. What Ternus inherits is both a privilege and a burden of extraordinary weight. Apple faces mounting pressure from regulators in the European Union and the United States. Its AI strategy, while ambitious, is still catching up to rivals like Google and Microsoft. And the next generation of spatial computing and artificial intelligence hardware will define whether Apple remains dominant or begins its slow descent from the summit. The real question isn't whether John Ternus is capable, the question is whether Apple's culture of secrecy and perfectionism can adapt fast enough to a world that is changing faster than any product roadmap can anticipate.